All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. Got breaking news about Journey, Neal, Schon, John Cain. Holy crap, Batman. Before I get to that breaking news, I want to not talk about Journey. I think people assume every day I'm going to do a video about Journey. Yesterday I did that video about Neal Schon and Elon Musk. Anyway, here is John Elefante, The Amazing Grace. Man, is this a great album. Big shout out to my buddy Johnny P from Australia. Believe it or not, I have a few Australian fans, and he's a patron, a loyal patron. And I said, dude, if you want me to talk about this, you're going to have to send it to me because I'm out of money. For 2022, I cannot buy any more albums. And so, yeah, he sent this to me. And holy crap, Batman. Again, if you like Kansas, but it's more complicated than that. John Elefante, who is just an amazing singer, songwriter, arranger, producer, all of those things. This is why he replaced Steve Walsh in Kansas for a number of years. Super talented, really great guy too, on top of it. Just superb music. Again, courtesy of Escape Music. Escape Music has had some really strong releases in the year 2022. Now, on to the breaking news story. Here it is, people. Holy crap, Batman. Journey's Neal Schon files cease and desist to keep Jonathan Cain from playing Don't Stop Believin'. The fighting between the members of Journey continues. Variety has reported the latest battle is over their classic song Don't Stop Believin', with Neal Schon filing a cease and desist order against bandmate Jonathan Cain to stop him from playing the tune. The trouble appears to stem from Cain's appearance last month at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, where he played the tune backed by Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kimberly Guilfoyle, and Carrie Lake, otherwise known as the Supremes. No, just kidding. Kidding, people. I'm just having a little fun with this. For those of you who are more right of center, who watch this channel, because sometimes I go off on reality rants, I'm going to just call it either, here's the way I look at politics in the world right now. Either you're with team reality, or you're with, the narrative or the cloud, which is being manufactured by the media and the government and everybody else. And hey, folks, pretty much all of these people are in on it to some degree. Case in point, MTG, who can be pretty good on some things, she fundraises out of all of this stuff, and then she is going off to support the Rhino choice for Speaker of the House. Now, I'll just stop right there. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Here's another thing, which is very interesting for fans of John Cain, for fans of Christianity, and so forth. So they have this campaign launch, and Cain is there playing Don't Stop Believin', and Neal, I think, retweeted and said WTF or something to that effect. I'm starting to take Neal's side more on this because politics in general suck. Okay. Can I just say that? If you support all this stuff, it's because you've picked a team, right? And you see the other side, and the other side is, don't get me wrong here, the other side is a train wreck. It's communism, socialism, whatever, Marxism, deconstructionism, all of the isms that I don't like. But then you've got the other side that's pretending that they're going to fight. They're going to fight to stop all of this. And they fail every single time, or most of the time. And they make little inroads here and there, but they're outflanked all the time. They're out strategized. So I'm getting deep in the weeds on politics here, but I am going to make a point. A few days later, they had this other celebration at Mar-a-Lago, not necessarily praising what Biden did, but right after Biden signed this law, which codifies this whole marriage equality thing. Okay, so if you're Team Cain and you were there a few days before to do the kickoff, now it was probably longer than a few days. All right, but the whole celebration, by the way, Carrie Lake was at that celebration where they were having all of these so-called leaders from a certain group. I think it's called the Log Cabin Republicans at Mar-a-Lago. So all of this to say, all of this is just, it's fake. It's just fake. It's a contradiction. It's fake. So here's my take on Neal Schon doing what he's doing. I'm with Neal because politics is so bad that why politicize anything right now? The fact that Cain went to this event, it was a much more blatant political endorsement than just going to the White House back in 2017 and saying, hey, I'd like to see the White House. And, by the way, my wife is chief spiritual advisor. And that's all just kind of a coincidence. And I think Ross and maybe Arnell went as well. I'm not sure. But that was more like a field trip, right? We're on to the White House. I want to see, I've never seen the White House before. Hey, I'd go to the White House too. I wouldn't go there now, but I would go there when maybe it was safe to go there. I don't think it's ever going to be a safe place to go to. Remember, it had all the barbed wire and fencing up for a very long time after the 2020 election. And then Trump leaves, and then they put up all, because they thought terrorism, right? Which never happened, but they made everybody think it was going to happen. Here's the statement from Team Neal Schon. I'm assuming this was written by an attorney. Although Mr. Cain is free to express his personal beliefs and associations, when he does that on behalf of Journey or for the band, such conduct is extremely deleterious to the Journey brand as it polarizes the band's fans and outreach. The letter reads, Journey is not and should not be political. Now, what's interesting is that there's no statement here from Neal Schon or his lawyer. I'm assuming it's his lawyer here who wrote this again, saying that he doesn't agree with the politics. He's basically making the argument that you should not politicize the band. All right. And I think at this point, he's in the right on this. And here's my other thought on this, which is a pretty important thought. I believe Steve Perry believes the same thing. Now, Steve may share some of these political views. Perry really has never expressed himself politically. And I think there's a reason for that. I think he wants people to have whatever political belief they hold and still be able to enjoy the music. This is like the Roger Waters problem, right? Hey, I like Pink Floyd, but, that Waters, all he does is talk politics and it just gets crazy. And there's some truth to that. Although I would say, you know what to expect when you're going to see Roger Waters play a concert. When you go see Journey, you're expecting a non-political event. So you've got guys going out there, and this one particular guy who is essentially saying, hey, this is what I believe. This is who I support. And by the way, the guy you support is now contradicting your faith. Like a main tenet of your faith about marriage, he is violating in a way that I think for people who support this, who think this is a good thing, They really have to examine their own conscience at this point. Anyway, it goes on. It adds, Mr. Cain has no right to use Journey for politics. His politics should be his own personal business, noting he should not be capitalizing on Journey's brand to promote his personal political or religious agenda to the detriment of the band. The article goes on to say the bandmates' relationship certainly has been on rocky ground recently. Just last month, Schon sued Cain over an American Express card Schon said Cain signed up for, but didn't give him access to. Cain claimed the suit was an attempt to cover up Shon's own excessive spending and extravagant lifestyle. Yeah, I'm sure both of these guys have a very extravagant lifestyle. It's just all about the money most of the time. So yeah, again, like in 2017, when I first chimed in on this, I was more like, okay, Cain can go to the White House, leave him alone. He wants to go to the White House? That's cool. Let him go to the White House. I don't know what the big deal is. Yeah, because Trump is polarizing. Trump's a problem. You don't go to the White House. But this is a little bit different because it's a campaign kickoff. It's saying, this is the guy I want to be the president. And so I'm taking a political position and I'm going to play this song and I'm going to be backed up by the Supremes, Carrie Lake, Kimberly Guilfoyle, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know if any of those girls can sing. Ladies, I'm sorry, I don't want to be misogynistic. They're not girls, they're women, Dave. So anyway, it's just, look, folks, the Journey thing, it's good for the channel. It's really good for this channel. It's, I guess, a little bit tedious for longtime fans because a lot of people will reach out and they'll say, man, they're not going to, are you kidding? You don't think they're going to sell tickets? Now, here's another part of this. I was going to wrap up the video, but I have a hunch. This is a hunch. This is just me speculating that Neal Schon at this stage wouldn't mind if Jonathan Cain retired and focused on his politics and his religious stuff. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking that, you know, if the clash continues, that maybe after the 50th anniversary, John may say, look, you know, my real calling, and by the way, if he's totally serious about his faith, he should be separating from Journey at some point, because no matter how much you try to make Journey into this religious band or this family-friendly band, go listen to Stone in Love. Go listen to some of the lyrics from songs that were written long ago that are still fan favorites. And it's okay, by the way, for you to like these songs if you're a Journey fan. But if you're, again, trying to, you know, put them into this template where now all of a sudden, you know, these songs are religious or they're pointing toward Jesus somehow because of Believin. You know, you can believe in a lot of things. You could believe in the devil, right? You could believe in just, you know, your own power, yourself. I believe I'm never going to stop believing in myself, you know? So there has kind of been a little bit of an effort to kind of co-opt the original band and try to make it into, or at least the lyrics or the persona of the band, and pull it in a direction. And this is where I think Neal Schon goes out of his mind. He may be like somewhat religious, Neal Schon. I don't think he is. Every so often he'll post a little cross or a blessing or something, he and his wife. So I think they're, what I would call it is like ceremonial in their, you know, acknowledgement of religious holidays like Christmas and so forth. And most people in the world are like that, even if they have no faith at all. The other question someone might want to ask is, should religion be a business? Should you get into the religion business, or should you promote faith in Jesus Christ and just be humble about it? I would not sing any songs that would, I guess, interfere with that agenda. In other words, if you're bringing "Don't Stop Believin' in" as your religious song, or you're bringing it in as a campaign song for somebody who, a couple weeks later hosted an event that some Christians might find absolutely appalling. And if you're a patron, or you want to be a patron here, $1 a month, and you want to reach out to me for the details of that, I have a video that I can share with you from another platform where this is a religious leader who goes off on what happened at Mar-a-Lago a couple weeks later. And this is when Biden signed that bill. So yeah, all of this because I have one foot, especially on my other channel, into politics. And you can go watch my rant about Franco Harris over on the Radical Independent, because look, folks, politics is broken. It's just a broken thing. It's like getting involved in, organized crime. And so if somebody in your band is in a campaign that's part of the organized crime syndicate, right? And you'd say, oh, wait, he was the guy that they went after. And I agree with a lot of what Trump went through was absolutely wrong and stupid and ridiculous. However, the swamp is still there. You know what I mean? The swamp can't be defeated by one person. What you need is reform at the very top. I mean, if there is another executive branch running the show, what good is it to get involved in politics at the national level? Just work in your local community. I have an HOA where I live. And the HOA has an agenda that I don't like. So I have to deal with the HOA. I have to then kind of find my state rep, and then I have to find my state senator, and then I have to talk to, the county commissioner and the school board people and all that. That's where you'll make a difference in your community. Not by going out and supporting, the D team, the R team, because it's all like the World Wrestling, whatever, it's WWE. Okay. And so anyway, people, that's why I side with Neal Schon on this. It's just don't make it into politics. There's no need to do this. And, John probably should have known better, especially with what's been going on lately with this whole, credit card thing. And then you got Steve Perry out there with the trademarks. I mean, this thing could implode. Now, I think they'll do the tour, but it wouldn't surprise me if Cain at some point said, you know what, this isn't worth it for me. Maybe he continues to get a cut of everything if Neal continues with Journey. But long term, I can't see these guys working together long term. 2023 might be the last year for the Cain and Schon era of this band. And Greg Raleigh is out there, and Neal has invited Greg to be a part of the 50th anniversary tour. So I think things are lining up to go in that direction. So anyway, folks, before I leave on this video, it's John Elefante, The Amazing Grace. By the way, John Elefante is a Christian, and he's been a very consistent and great voice for people in the music industry who express their faith in the public square. And yeah, he's political in some ways. But you know what you're getting with John Elefante. One of the reasons Kansas brought him in is because Kerry Livgren at that point had devoted his life to Christ. And some Kansas fans, by the way, didn't like that. They didn't like the switch. They were used to, kind of the philosophical Kansas, the questioning Kansas, but there are a lot of people that get turned off when you go, headlong into the faith world, and you're trying to proselytize when, at the beginning you were just a secular rock band, and Journey is a secular rock band. So it should just kind of stay in that arena. That's why Steve Perry said, don't crack the stone. They're cracking the stone all the time. One thing you can't do is make Journey into something that it's not. And I think Neal Schon has a point. Maybe he didn't think this through the way I have, but my guess is that this is just, another way to kind of put more distance between himself and Cain. And I think at some point, Cain is just going to say, you know what, I've had enough. I'm done. We'll see, though. We'll see. I mean, it's about money, people. So this could go on for a very long time. And there's a lot of money involved here. But putting your hopes into the guy who led us into Operation Warp Speed, yeah, I'm kind of done with that. Sorry, I'm kind of done. All right. See you all soon. Thanks for watching. Patreon, don't forget, $1 a month if you want to join up. And for those of you who might not see me until after Christmas, I'm going to be doing videos, I think, right through the holiday. Yeah, have a great Christmas and a great New Year.